So how many ALGORAND tokens do you need to become the next cryptocurrency millionaire? In this video, we're going to break down exactly how many you need to then have a net worth of $1 million just by holding ALGORAND. As you guys have seen, we've made numerous versions of this using different altcoins such as Near Protocol, such as Phantom, such as Cadena. We'll link all these up, but today you're in for a treat because we're going to do the same for ALGORAND. And again, this is not just about a certain altcoin. You guys can use this methodology for any of your favorite altcoins, and it's important in this bear market that we understand that sometimes you want to take a few moonshots, but you want to do so in a very safe and pragmatic way. And in this video, I'm going to show you my methodology. As always, do your own research. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, if you want to buy ALGORAND or any other tokens, you can do so using BYBIT or BITGET. Links in the description. Also got a link in the description for MEXC, so do also check that platform out should you want to use that exchange as well. Now, as you can see, we're down 88% here on ALGORAND from all-time highs. We're sitting just below 36 cents there on ALGORAND, and that therefore means that we can now look at it and say, hang on a second, if we were to allocate a little bit of ALGORAND into our portfolio, how could it blossom? Because the way I think about all altcoins is just as how a venture capitalist would think. And this is really important in terms of the methodology. We want to understand the methodology. And what a VC fund does is it will invest in a number of different startups, and it will assume that the majority of them will fail. They will never see their initial return back. But they then bucket the rest into saying a few will return at least my capital back, and one or two from a set of 10, 20 will go on to hit the moon target. And that's exactly how I think about my altcoins. For Bitcoin and to a certain extent Ethereum, I kind of see them as a little bit safer, and therefore, I do not treat them as VC funds would treat these little startups. But particularly for altcoins such as ALGORAND, Phantom, Near Protocol, this is how I treat them, okay? So I do not expect all of them to return my initial investment, but if I'm diversified enough in my portfolio, some of these could play out. So what you can see here straight away is I've gone ahead and I've set myself 5 different targets. A base target, a target case, achievable, stretch, and moon. You guys can call it whatever you want. This is my methodology. And I've got the current price sitting here. By the time when I was doing this exercise, it was sitting at 36.25. I've gone to 4 decimal places for thoroughness. Check that out. And then I've gone ahead and put my target price next to them for each set here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and explain why I've set these target prices. And in order to do that, I'm going to pop on the right-hand side the market caps of other cryptocurrencies today. And in the right-hand column next to it, the all-time highs we've seen some of those market caps as well. Just for reference, I'll speak to these as we're going through. So, what's my target price? Well, my target price, very simply, is $1.75. Now, where did I get this $1.75 target from? Well, if you head on over to the weekly chart, and I've drawn my Fibonacci lines from swing low to swing high, and what you can see is the Fibonacci golden pocket, which I like to see here, which is the retracement to the Fibonacci levels of 61 to 65% retracement back towards its all-time highs. That sits between 170 and 177. So I've gone in the middle and I've said 175 is a very, very achievable target here. I would be gobsmacked if ALGORAND makes it through this bear market and doesn't get to its Fibonacci retracement. I think we can feel quite confident that any solid layer 1 solution or any other cryptocurrency which makes it through this bear market into the next bull cycle will comfortably go past their Fibonacci retracement. So I've gone ahead and put that in at $1.75. Now, what that would therefore give us is a 12 billion market cap. We're currently sitting on ALGORAND at about 2.55 billion. Okay, so you're looking at getting to 12.31 billion in market cap. Is that justifiable? For me, absolutely. In a bull run, moving to the upside, to put this into perspective, Cardano right now is sitting at 18 billion. Solana right now in the midst of a bear market, 80% down from all-time highs, 88% I think for Solana roughly, is sitting at 11.6 billion. So to make the argument for 12 billion on ALGORAND, I don't need to, go on about that. I think that's a very base target for me. And if I was investing in ALGORAND and I didn't see this ROI, I would consider that an L in my investment on my portfolio. Keeping things moving, we then want to set ourselves a target case, right? What is that target case? This is the one you most expect to see happen. And I've gone and played this really safe and I've popped it in at the all-time high. So again, going to the charts, popping it in at about the all-time highs. Again, it depends which exchange you take this on, but I just rounded it up slightly and I've gone for about 3.28 here to get to that region of roundabout where it wicked to in the last bull run. And again, I'll be very disappointed if it cannot work its way to a $23 billion market cap. I mean, this video is not meant to be for the fundamental analysis. I've done that in numerous videos for Algorand. Go check it out. Search my channel for the Algorand videos and you will see, the tech is really good. The team is really good. Block finality, pure proof of stake. So many things going for it. And if it couldn't make its way to 23 billion, which again, to put it into context, is half of Binance Smart Chain's bear market. Very important, bear market cap, right? So right now, 60-70% retraced, whatever BNB is right now, it's sitting at 50 billion. So it's less than half of that to get to 23 billion on Algorand. So I'd be very disappointed if a layer one solution cannot work its way to that size as you're getting more and more towards the next bull cycle. That's my target case, and I'd expect that to therefore be delivered if I was investing in Algorand. Now we push it a little bit more. So now with the achievable target, I've gone ahead and put that at $7.50. $7.50 is that achievable target. So this is something that if I was the boss of Algorand, if I was the team and I'm trying to rejuvenate the team and get them behind a goal, I'd at least want to be working towards these kind of levels. Otherwise, what's the point of getting out of bed if you cannot work your way to these kinds of levels? Sitting there at 52 billion, that's something we would expect. I mean, if you compare that to, again, that's BNB's current bear market cap. So what we're saying here is in a bull market, if Algorand deliver on all their different KPIs, why can they not work towards an achievable target, get some usage, get some DeFi, get some NFTs in gaming? We know they got the FIFA partnership and they can build some adoption. Why could they not comfortably get to 50 billion? And I'm not saying in today's market get to 50 billion. I'm saying when the market is roaring again, Bitcoin's at 1.2 trillion, pushing more towards all-time highs. You've got Ethereum much higher, right? Ethereum's all-time high was 569 billion. And again, people expect it to eclipse that, get to 10,000, right? With its new ETH 2.0 formation. So at that point, when you've got Ethereum trying to push to 1 trillion in market cap, could you not make the argument that if Algorand did everything right, they're not even 1/20th of that market cap of Ethereum? So you've got to paint yourself the picture of the bull run, because one of the mistakes a lot of people make when they're investing and setting their target and their achievable and stretch cases is they're stuck in the quagmire of the bear market. And when you're in a bear market, there is huge scarcity. Everybody is worried about valuations. Everybody's thinking about the downside. Everybody's nervous and fearful, right? That's what the fear and greed index is telling us. But what you need to remind yourself, and this is difficult if you've not seen a bull market, but if you have seen a bull market, or listen to someone who has been through a bull market like myself, go and remember what it's like, right? Try to understand that the FOMO really kicks in. These things really do push on. Bitcoin was 1.2 trillion, pushing on. Ethereum is going. Everything is running. Binance coin was at 108 billion. So that's where you can start to get your target points. Now for the more exciting stretch target. The stretch target is a $30 Algorand token. Feels insane from where we are now, right? We're sitting there at 36 cents. Can we get to $30? I mean, that is insane. That would then put you at a 211 market cap. Now, this is stretch, right? This is now really saying they've got to execute. Not only do they need to execute on what they need to do, but the whole market needs to move on. The whole crypto space needs to do really well, win the regulatory battles, get mass adoption. The average Joe and Jane needs to be using cryptocurrency. All these things are going to need to be in their favor for them to hit the stretch and the moon target, which I'm going to show you as well. So that's 200 billion. And again, to prove that's not absurd, to prove I've not just plucked that out of the sky and it's not completely possible at all, Ethereum, again, retraced here in a bear market is 200 billion, right? So we're at that size. So it's definitely achievable. And to put that into perspective, something like Binance Coin, something like Cardano, here's a great example. Something like Cardano in the bull market was 95 billion in market cap before their smart contract platform was launched, before there was any activity on the chain. So for you to say that it's not possible as a stretch target, if Algorand deliver everything right, drive mass adoption, have a lot of utility, a lot of DeFi, it is a good stretch target, right? It's something that obviously you allocate a small percentage chance of that happening, but you've got to set yourself a stretch target as well. And then we come onto the moon one. Now, as a caveat, I never expect any of my moon targets to play out. I just don't account for them. Even the stretch one, I account for it for a very small percentage of this playing out. But you've got to have yourself a moon target, because every now and then, one of the cryptos in your portfolio will hit the moon target. You won't know which one. You could be investing in 10, 15 different altcoins, and one or two of them will hit their stretch and moon target. And that's what you're hoping to achieve. And what you can see here for my moon target here on Algorand is $80. I know it sounds crazy, guys. It sounds crazy even me saying it, but we've got to put a moon target in there. That would put it at 560 billion, which puts it at Ethereum's previous market cap on the previous bull run high. Okay, so that's why I've picked that number. That's Ethereum's previous market cap high. So if, again, let's paint the picture. What does it look like? Next bull run, you've had your crypto halving, everything is rocketing. Bitcoin working its way to 100, 150, 200,000 like many people have projected. Ethereum doing really well, working to 10,000, 15,000. then all your other altcoins will be following in class. Or the scenario could be that Ethereum is toppled, right? Toppled by something like Algorand, and Algorand pushes on to become the best layer 1 platform on there. That's what your moon target is saying, because this is the reality. These things can happen. Algorand has amazing tech. It just doesn't have the adoption yet. So you've got to play out these scenarios in your moon case. So there you have it, guys. I've gone ahead and justified my price points. And by the way, guys, you can do what you want. You can set these price targets to the way you want them. And by the way, for our course members, which if you want to join, ijaz.uk/member, I will provide this spreadsheet. And the tabs at the bottom will have each of them that I've done. So Phantom, Matic, Cadena, Near Protocol, Algorand, and you can go in and plug your own numbers as well. So do check out those course member live streams, links in the description. Okay, now things get exciting. Let's look at this. How many coins do we need? For each of these targets to play out, how many coins do we need and how much do we need to invest today to become a millionaire just from my Algorand portfolio? Okay, so if we just hit our base target, which again is our Fibonacci retracement, very comfortable in my personal opinion, you need 571,000 Algorand tokens. That's going to cost you 200K today, okay? 5x ROI, not to be snuffed at, guys. I know for majority of people watching this, they're going to go, oh, I don't have 200K. I understand. But for many people, they throw 200K for fun in the stock market, and they will be lucky to get 5%, 6% on the market per annum, right? So a 5x ROI on your money sitting there on what I think is a comfortable return to $1.75 for Algorand. Let's look at the target case. Remember, the target case was, can we get back to that all-time high region at about $3.28? In order to do that, 304,000 Algorand tokens. That's going to cost you 110K, but again, a 9x ROI on your money. Not to be snuffed at, right? Really impressive 9x ROI on your money on something like which I've explained is not out of the realms of possibility. Algorand have improved. They've done some good biz dev. They've improved some of their marketing aspects since the previous bull run. But for them to just get back to all-time highs, I think the team will be very disappointed if they couldn't at least surpass their all-time high from the previous cycle. That would give you a 9x ROI. Now we move on to our achievable. This is what they're going to want to work towards, right? This is the one where they have to deliver. And it will get you to $7.50 Algorand token. You're going to need to invest and buy 133,000 Algorand tokens. And it will cost you $48,000 if you were to invest that today. But look at the ROI. 21x on your money on an achievable target. If we move on to the stretch goal, you're going to need 33,000 coins today, just over 33,000 coins. It's only going to cost you 12 grand. Okay, again, I know people are throwing huge amounts of sums in altcoins, which you really don't need to. What you need to do is find your favorite ones, invest a little bit in them, and then as you can see, something like 12 grand in one of these altcoins can make you a millionaire just by hitting the stretch target, which is impressive, right? And I know everybody's goal is not to be a millionaire. Maybe you want to do this and scale it down by 10. You want to earn 100,000. Or you want to scale that down by 10 as well. You want to earn 10,000, right? Adjust the numbers to what you need to achieve. And you can see that it's very, very possible. If you're to factor this down by 10, you're looking at just 1,200 to become 100,000 air. You're looking at just 120 quid to earn 12 grand, right? Insane. So you can see how that plays out. Now we want to look at the moon target. This was that one I painted, and you're sitting there at $80 an Algorand. Of course, this is crazy. But look at the numbers. You just need 12,500 Algorand tokens. I know plenty of people with that many now. And that would just set you back $4,500 as of today. Insane. 221x. And again, as a caveat, I do not expect any of my projects to hit the moon target. But I do expect one of them at some point to hit the moon target. So when I invest in a coin, such as Algorand, and I'm doing the numbers like I'm doing here, I never account for the fact that it's going to hit the moon target. But I know if I invest in enough altcoins with the right fundamentals, with the right tokenomics, with the right research, at some point, a couple of them will hit the stretch and will hit the moon target. A couple I'll never see my money ever again. But that's why I've got the VC mentality. I think that's one of the mistakes a lot of people make when investing in altcoins. They do not treat it like VC. They treat it like stocks. But these are not the same. These are startups. These are coins which are just born. To list on the S&P, to list on the NASDAQ, you have to show so much history. You've been running that company for ages before you go for an IPO. This is not the same in altcoins. Very, very important that we understand that difference. So we need $4,531 worth of Algorand today to become the next cryptocurrency millionaire. But what if we want a DCA from today? What if I don't have that lump sum and I want to just start dollar cost average it? Well, I've played that scenario out for you as well. So in this DCA analysis, and please guys, adjust the numbers according to what works for you, right? But what I've done is I've assumed we've gone from where we are today, 36 cents, all the way up to $7.50 in the next 18 months. And again, you can play around with this. I just had to do something. So what I said here is every week, I'm going to drop in $1,000 into Algorand. You guys can change this. Put $500, put $100, put $10, it doesn't matter. The principle is what I'm showing you. And then what you notice is that by 72 weeks time, you would have invested $73,000 into ALGORAND. What do you have to show for it? Well, assuming it moves steadily from where we said, so it's moving steadily, obviously this is an assumption, it moves from $36 to $7.50 steadily, which it doesn't do, but just for the model here, you would have 32,000 ALGORAND tokens, and that would now, at the new price point, be worth $240,000, guys. Okay, so you've 3.3x'd your return on investment. Very, very impressive, just from a dollar cost averaging perspective. Let's assume something else, because what I'm going to try to illustrate to you is something very, very important. We're in the middle of a bear market right now. There is a fundamental skew between if you're able to purchase today versus when the market starts to recover. And so if you're able, and I know not everybody is able, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point. If you're able to double up your DCAing, and this is not investment advice, do your own research. If you were, from a mathematical perspective, as I'm showing you here on Excel, to double up your DCAing, so if you were doing 50, you've gone to 100. If you were doing $10, you've gone to $20. So what I've done here is for the first 24 weeks, okay? So for the first 24 weeks, which is just the first 6 months, I've doubled from 1,000 to 2,000. But then for the rest, okay, so for the remainder, which is double the length of time, so for the next year, so for the first 6 months, I doubled my payment, my DCA. For the next year, I've halved it to 500. Look what happens. I've still put in roughly the same. I put $74,000 in the market, but now I own 49,000 ALGORAND tokens versus 32. So I own 49,000, which is now worth 368,000 at the new price point, which is a return of investment of 5x versus the 3.3x. What have we just learned there? You've invested the same amount, but person B on the right-hand side was able to double down their dollar cost averaging during a bear market. They doubled down on their conviction. They didn't panic. They figured out, how do I get streams of income? And this is one of the things crypto YouTubers will not show you. They will not explain to you that they have good streams of income coming in from a business, from real estate, from stock investments, from dividends, from the business they run, from a job, from overtime. It doesn't matter, from freelancing. You put that into crypto when it matters, when you can get the crazy returns. And that's what's important. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you saw that just $4,531 on hitting a moon target can make you become the next cryptocurrency millionaire. But even interestingly is, if you look at the achievable target, $48,000 investment in an altcoin hitting an achievable target can give you a 21x return on your investment. Hope you guys took something away from this video. If you appreciate this type of content and you want to see this done on another one of your favorite altcoins, comment below which altcoin do you want me to do this breakdown for. Also, let me know in the comments, how many ALGORAND tokens do you hold and what is your target? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Go watch this same video for Kadena here, and I'll see you in the next one.